And good morning. It is very bright, but very pretty out here. And I wanted to share this sunrise with you. It's, if I was able to get here a little earlier, we would have had way more fog. But as you can see now, when the sun eclipses behind the telephone pole, you can see a whole lot of fog still, which is pretty cool. Now, I don't know how much of this the camera's actually going to pick up because it's so bright I can't hear myself think. So hopefully this is going to turn out okay. But I just thought this was really pretty, and I wanted to capture it for you guys this morning because the way that the fog is just sort of rolling over the Shire, it is so nice. Hopefully it'll capture some of that. But anyway, I know that the Republican debate is all the rage, and I know that people want me to talk about politics all the time. But I really hate rank politics for multiple reasons, but we'll get into it here in a minute. But let's have a look at the beautiful fog first, and then we'll do the dirty. I'll talk about rank punditry. All right. Now, I do hear a loud noise. I think there's a loud truck coming. But I could be wrong about that. It could be over the hill there because it's very loud. Yeah, I don't think it's coming on this road. I think it's just something loud way yonder over the hill. Okay, look at this. Look how nice this looks. Isn't this beautiful? Hi, favorite tree. The usual horses and ducks and things aren't out yet. I think because it's still really early. I think it's just a little after 7 here, maybe 7:15. But anyway, I just think the low-laying cloud fog stuff is just absolutely beautiful. I love it. Okay, well, we are going to put the beautiful fog and the horrible morning sun behind me, and we're going to walk back towards Sleepy Hollow because I need to go home and get my day started. I'm filming this, recording this Monday morning before I start my Discordant Dragons work for the day. But it was such a beautiful morning and the weather's perfect, I decided to go for a long stroll. And when I do that, I usually bring my phone with me in case I want to talk. And I feel pretty talky today. My voice is still a little weak. I've been croupy the last couple weeks. I think it's just because of seasonal change. I don't feel sick at all. I just feel a little under the weather and croupy like I do sometimes around this time of year. So anyway, I don't like politics. I don't like rank punditry because it frustrates me having to care about fake issues from liars. And if you listen to a Republican or a Democrat debate, and I'm talking about at state level, not your local stuff, if you live in the middle of nowhere like me, and the politicians, what they care about or what the people around here actually care about. Like, hey, you're going to fix that little pothole down on Main Street so my grandma's car don't bump anymore when she goes to the floral shop. Like, that kind of stuff, that's at least, less fake and gay. So anyway, why do I think that all of this senator voting for the House, voting for the president stuff, I think that it's a useless exercise because you know that they're just going to lie to you. You know the questions that are in the media's mouths or in the mouths of the moderators for debates. You know that the questions are going to be slanted. You know that they're going to be agenda approved, establishment approved questions. And it's just, I hate covering it because I'm in my 40s. It's been the same garbage song and dance almost my entire adult life I can remember. And whether it's Republican or Democrat doesn't matter. These people are just, they're professional shitheels. They're professional liars and manipulators. And now there's a car coming. All right, there it goes. Okay. Anyway, I don't like to encourage people to get involved with the political circus. Now, if you are of an activist bent and you want to assert yourself, then that's different. But if you're a regular person who likes dissident content like mine and you're looking for advice on how to vote or whether to care, I think that if you are a regular person, meaning you're a mother or a father, you have a job, you take care of the house and the kids, and you just don't have the time to invest your mental and emotional energy into learning about politicians and policy and pressuring them and sending them emails and phone calls and trying to harangue them into doing pro-white stuff or pro-Western stuff or pro-gun stuff or whatever it is. Unless you're that, I don't really think you should care much about following the punditry and following politicians. You just shouldn't. It's a never-ending magic show of lies, misdirection, and establishment propaganda questions. And so I hate politics. I hate listening to debates. I hate presidential bullshit. I hate all that. I've always hated that stuff. I was raised to hate that stuff by Christian libertarians here in Appalachia that thinks it's all cancer and that Washington's just an evil den of snakes. Which, now that I'm older, I can't say that I was lied to. I do think that that the hill folk that raised me here were right about all that. But anyway, oh, let's stop here. This is real pretty. Okay. Ooh. The fog's lifted a bit, so you should be able to see this nice and clearly. Looks pretty good. So, how do you vote then? What do you do? Well, this is the way that I vote. I like to know who is my local representative for everything. Whether it's my state district, whether it's my county executor, whether it's my sheriff. I have a small file in my computer just called voting. And I have a handful of names, I think there's 5 right now, of people that I can and probably should vote for locally when it comes time. I don't put much work into it. I don't put much effort into it. I just look at the names and the offices that are going to be available for a public vote in my immediate area. And I put down little notes of seems less bad than the others, or at least is not a woman, or just funny shit like that. Just to remind myself, hey, when I took a cursory look at the people that there are to vote for this handful of offices, this is probably the one that I would vote for. Sorry about that. It was really fast, and I had to stop the recording really quickly. Anyway, I just keep a small file of names for the 5. I think it's 5. Either 4 or 5 local offices that I can vote for regularly here. And I keep a little note of, hey, this person seems all right. And then when it comes time to vote, I'll look into them then and just see what the internet has to say. And then I'll vote for the one that seems the least anti-white and the least retarded. That's how I vote locally, because I don't have the time and energy to keep files and dossiers on everyone and go to people's houses and rabble-rouse and carry signs and stuff. Like, I don't have that. Like, that's not in me. Now, I know that a lot of you guys like populist and nationalist movement stuff, but that just ain't me anymore. I just don't see that as a path to success anymore. Like, I used to think that if we could have populist pressure at the bottom end, it would at least force some people higher up the chain to do something. But after the MAGA March stuff, after the trucker stuff in Canada, and especially after the millions, literal millions of us took to the street in protest of the stupid COVID lockdowns, I don't think populist movements work anymore. And I was never a big believer in them in the beginning anyway. But I don't think that populist movement and populist pressure on the low end of the social spectrum, I don't think it does anything. I don't see it helping. Because I'm not saying we should just give up and do nothing. I'm just saying, if you want to make a difference for having a better future for your children, your family, your community, your ethnicity, your race, if you care about those things, if you care about traditional values at all, then you need to be building things that will contribute to that. This is why I have on Ernst Van Zyl of Afroforum down in South Africa. Look at the actions these men have taken. They don't do anything terroristic. They don't do any type of nationalist populist protest or anything. These are thousands of good men and women who work all across South Africa, working with people, the Boers specifically, to have their own security, their own trade network, their own legal defense, their own legal offense, to fight back against the evils that the government are doing, the horrible anti-white tyrants that have taken over South Africa. They work to battle them for the well-being of their people, the Boers, the whites and the mixed, which are called coloreds down there. They fight to protect the people that are under attack, not just legally, but literally under attack in South Africa. And this is the kind of action that I think you, regular you commoner, me commoner, we regular people, We need to be getting involved with things like that. And if you can't find one like that where you live, start building it. Talk to church groups. Talk to people at your gun club. Talk to people where you play video games or go shop or whatever. Find people that care about making and maintaining community, farms, churches, anything that matters for building a real community. Get involved with these people. Ask them what you can do to help. And very quickly, you will make connections and friends like I did around here. All you have to do, like me and Ernst Van Zyl talked about on my channel when I had him on for the interview, it just takes you and one other person to start a group. And the two of you together, you can become 3 people, 4 people, 5 people. But you have to be active. And you get active in a community that needs help. And probably wherever you live, wherever you want to invest your life and time, the energy of yourself into, no matter what community you want to live in, whether it's rural Tennessee here where I live, or whether it's, I don't know, upstate New York or somewhere in the middle of nowhere in Alberta, Canada or whatever, you will find people that are of a traditionalist or what I like to call normal mindset about things, and they don't care about globalism and transgenderism and anti-white Marxist garbage. Like, they don't care about that stuff. They hate that stuff. But they don't really take a hardline ideological stance against it like I would. But regular, normal people don't like that stuff. And you can find people who don't like that stuff, and you can build with them. You can build community with them. And that's what we have to do. I don't think that we're going to be able to vote our way out of this mess, and I don't think that there's enough of us that can apply enough pressure at the bottom end where we are to force the political apparatus to change for us. I just don't see it happening. I mean, I would like to think that with enough populist pressure, we could at least stop mass migration. But look at the people that have been protesting this for years. Years. There have been massive organized protests against mass migration. They get shut down. They get arrested. They get disarmed. I don't see populist pressure working anymore. If it ever could, which I'm on the fence about. But I don't see it happening. So this is why I recommend know at least enough about politics to know who you think you should vote for. Ask some of your friends or content creators that you like. Check out them, see which ones they recommend you vote for when it comes to the, Senate and president and bigger stuff in America. But don't care too much about it, because if you put your faith in politicians and who you vote for, that's going to be a long wait for prayers that go unanswered. So I would recommend not doing that. Take your fate into your own hands and build around you. Invest in people around you. If you're a Christian, invest in the Christianity that appeals to you and build around that. If you are pagan, Asatru, something like that, find a circle or a coven or whatever your beliefs are. Build with people who are like that. Build with people who are not just pro-white, but pro-intelligence, proactive. That people that are not just malcontents that hate the government. Oh, I hate immigrants because they're replacing white people and white genocide and blah, blah, blah. Like those people, yeah, they might be correct about some stuff, but they're not helpful. They're not good people. They're not going to help you build something positive. If all they want to do is bitch online and complain about Jews and blacks and stuff, and they're not doing anything, then just cut that person out. They're just going to be a negative Nancy. I've had to cut people like that out of my groups. Because a lot of people in this day and age are just useless turds. Probably every day and age, but especially now. And that includes people who are traditionalist or pro-white or pro-Christian. Some people, even though they're ostensibly on our side of things, they're still negative-minded, useless turds that are only going to bring you down and are only going to lead you to trouble. So don't look for people like that. Build with people who actually care. Good men and women who want to make a good community and build a good life for their children and the future of whatever you care about, whether it's Christianity or the white race or Western civilization or the American Constitution. All those people in this basket, we kind of all want the same thing, which is just to have stable Western countries again. So as long as people like that, then you can work with them. And so that's what I'm telling you today. Go and do. Meet people, connect with people, talk about politics enough just to know what's going on and who you should probably vote for. But don't lose too much of your life to political punditry. It is an endless circus that is meant to entertain and stupefy you. So deprive them of that victory, fellow pleb. Just don't care much about it because it doesn't fucking matter. Keep up enough to know what's going on, but don't be invested. Don't be invested in political parties and that shit. just care about what you can do with your actions locally and with your community. And that's what I got today. That's all I have to say about politics. I really don't like politics. I wish everything about it was entirely different. Nothing about our political system makes me happy. I don't like anything about it. I don't like any of the people involved, and I don't like the corruption that has taken over the system that I already don't like anyway. So I'm very negative about modern politics, as you can tell. Anyway, love yourself, love your people, be kind to everyone, including non-whites that are, you got to be good to everybody. You got to carry that high morality. If you're going to be pristine and you're going to be an exemplar of the white race, don't be a dickhead. Don't be a dickhead. That ain't cool. Don't be a low IQ person that uses racial slurs and talks about immigrants like there's some kind of cockroaches that need to be stepped on. That kind of talk makes you sound like an ugly, mean son of a bitch, and it's not going to win you any favors. And just don't be like that. Take a higher mind to these horrible existential problems we face. Embrace being an exemplar of all the good things about the West. And don't be just a negative, low IQ hater. That's a bad look. So, anyway, I love you guys. I hope you have a wonderful week. I may make another morning walk video, but I definitely have a stream with Dave Martell tomorrow, which will be Tuesday, of course. This video will be out probably Wednesday. So you will have already known there was a stream with Dave Martell because this video won't go up till Wednesday. But anyway, I hope you have a wonderful weekend, everybody, and enjoy the cool weather. I'm enjoying it here. God bless.